Hello everyone, my name is Ilia. I'm an IT professional who works with Microsoft IT technologies. Today I want to share with you a story that happened to one of my customers. As a result of attackers were able to access data stored in Microsoft 365. Despite the fact that this company works with sensitive data and considers itself well prepared for security challenges, it was a really piece of cake for attackers. Let's find out what's going on and how Microsoft 365 content could have been shared with attackers. But first things first. When people start using Microsoft 365, they are pretty sure that data is securely protected. On the one hand, it's true. All Microsoft data centers are real fortresses with physical security, backup power supplies, encrypted storages, and, I hope, high-skilled employees. But there is one basic way for users to access data. This is by using the browser or applications over the internet. The door is not a secret, it's office.com, and if you have credentials, all rooms are available for you. When I say rooms, I mean OneDrive storage, mailbox content, Teams data, etc., etc. I remember times when a password was enough. Now it sounds pretty weird, but it was. For the last 10 years, every student has known that MFA is what you need to make sure that only you can access your data. This is fallacy, and to prove it, let's go back to my client's story. They were using Microsoft 365 and all accounts were protected by MFA. For better understanding, let's first look at smart TV devices. If you want to use your YouTube account with your smart TV, just say so and get the code. Nothing more. Using this code, you open youtube.com with your account. Authentication process happens on your computer or your mobile device. And when this process is complete, your smart TV will automatically receive an authentication token and begin operating using your credentials. So, what happened to my customer? A user received an email from the company's email address saying that some data had been shared with him. Trust me, believe me, it was a very convincing email, using the company's style, company's fonts, etc. And most importantly, it didn't ask for anything but the code. When the user clicked the link, he saw Microsoft website and finally calmed down. He entered the code and nothing bad happened. The user was already logged in on this device and was not even asked to provide password or multi-factor authentication confirmation, something like that. For the sake of fairness, it was nothing that the employee was sitting in an airplane that was preparing to take off. Maybe in other circumstances it didn't work, but it worked, and the data from the mailbox became public, which led to serious money losses. What happened and how the man was deceived? Microsoft Azure, its authentication system for Microsoft 365, allows users to log in smart TV devices, IoT devices, or for example printers. Attackers tells Microsoft Azure that they want to connect a certain device. Microsoft Azure answers, no problem. You must authenticate and verify a certain code. This code is inserted in an email prepared in advance and sent to a victim. Then they have exactly 15 minutes to trick the victim. This is how long this code will last. If the victim enters this code, the intruder gets a token for the account of the victim and can easily access the data. And most importantly, the MFA in this situation doesn't protect you. But what to do? Of course, users have to think before they do something. But how to protect users technically? Quite often I talk about how buying a Porsche doesn't make you a racer, and buying Microsoft 365 E5 licenses doesn't make your system secure. Microsoft 365 E5 gives you a tremendous amount of security, but you have to use it. You need someone who understands how they work and how to minimize their risks. In this case, the customer should have done two things. First of all, correctly set up a policy against phishing emails. Of course, it cannot guarantee 100% that email will be blocked, but it will significantly increase the chance of it happening. It's possible to completely protect users from this particular risk only through conditional access policies. Azure Active Directory conditional access policies provide added security by allowing access to your applications only from trusted or compliant devices. Conditions could be absolutely different. Device type, users' attributes, operating systems, client applications, web or cloud app, network login location, etc. The easiest thing that comes to my mind is allowing access only from managed devices. In that case, the stolen token would be useless. 4 days passed between the theft of token and gaining access to data. If the user had been trained and realized immediately what happened, the theft could have been prevented. You have to understand, if a user has been compromised, the user's refresh token can be revoked, and of course it prevents attacker getting new tokens with a compromised refresh token. The main point I wanted to share in this video: study the security systems that are part of your cloud subscriptions. You have already paid for them. All that's left is to configure and to implement them. Having Porsche doesn't make you a racing driver, yeah. And while there is no such thing as obsolete protection, to make breaking into a system an extremely difficult task is quite real. Thank you for watching this video, and may your data be safe.